So, good evening everyone. Good evening, ma'am. So, our topic is all about communication and negotiation. By the way, we are the group 8 and here's our lesson outline. First is the introduction of communication and negotiation. Second is the understanding communication. Third is the key elements of effective communication. Fourth is the understanding negotiation. And lastly is key principle of negotiation. So, here's the introduction of our report. Communication and negotiation are essential components of human interaction and play crucial roles in diverse aspects of life, including business, politics, personal relationship, and professional setting. So, as we observe, communication has a big role in our community and society. So, without communication, business cannot be expand. The diverse of lives can be affected. Even the personal relationship can be affected without mutual communication and negotiation. So, what is communication? So, communication is the understanding communication. Communication is the process of transmitting and receiving information, ideas, thoughts, and feelings. So, from the word transmitting and receiving. So, when communication is the interaction between you and the others. So, it involves verbal and non-verbal elements, such as spoken language, body language, gestures, facial expressions, and written messages. So there are different kind of communication. Either it is body language, gestures, from facial expressions, or either written like a live letter, or written for the families. Then, effective communication entails clarity, empathy, active listening, and ability to convey thoughts and emotions accurately. So, when we are communicating with each other, it is important that um, our communication has a clarity, because when we don't have clarity, either we can misunderstood each other and can lead into conflict. So, during communication, we must active listening. Why? Because when we are active, listen to each other, we can communicate very well, and we can expose the gestures of what we are seeing to each other, what is the function of our communications, like in business, we can explain very well, and we can share our emotion accurately depending on the process of communication. So next to report is Mr. Ryan Yaun.
So, good evening, ma'am. So, key element of effective communication. Clarity. It is essential to convey message clear and concisely, avoiding ambiguity and misunderstanding. So, second is active listening. Actively listening to others is vital part of effective communication. So third is non-verbal body language. Facial expressions and tone of voice can significantly impact communication. So fourth is empathy. Understanding the emotions and perspective of others is essential for effective communication. So, ang next is ano po? Mm, negotiation. So, negotiation is a strategic communication process that involves reaching agreements and resolving different thoughts, dialogue, and compromise. It is a fundamental skill in business, diplomacy, law, and everyday interaction. Successful negotiation requires effective communication, strategic thinking, flexibility, and focus on achieving mutually beneficial outcomes. So, ang next ani is si Roy Pipito.
Kuha na ba? Good morning, ma'am. Key principle of negotiation. One is preparation. A successful negotiation often begins with thorough preparations. This includes is assessing the situation, understanding the needs and interests of all parties, setting clear objectives, and anticipating possible outcomes. Ang preparation is mag-agi sa mga understanding sa mga kinahanglan sa interest of all parties. Mga haps ang mga hapsay nga mga pamaagi. O na siya din. Active listening. Just as in general just as in general communication. Active listening is critical during negotiations. Understanding the perspectives and concern of the other party allows for the development of mutually satisfactory agreements. Next is flexibility. Flexibility, while it is important to have clear objectives, a successful negotiator must also be flexible and open to alternative solutions. Is adaptability in negotiating tactics can lead to creative and satisfying agreements. And the last is building relationships. Building rapport and establishing trust can significantly impact the success of negotiations. Developing positive relationships with the other party can lead to more productive and amicable discussions. Next is communication and negotiation in business. In the business world, effective communications and negotiation skills are paramount. They are essentially for building successful partnerships, closing deals, resolving conflicts, and managing teams. Clear and persuasive communications coupled with strong negotiation abilities can lead to favorable business outcomes and sustainable relationships. Next slide. Na upat ka strategies of effective business. Ang una kay is establishing clear objectives. Establishing clear objectives is before entering into any negotiations, it is crucial to establish clear objectives and desired outcomes. This provides a framework for the negotiation process and enables both parties to work towards mutually beneficial results. And the second, build rapport. Build building rapport, establishing rapport, and nurturing professional relationships can set a positive tone for negotiations. So, showing respect, active listening, and acknowledging the perspective of others fosters a conduct, conducive environment for productive discussions. And the third is leveraging effective communications. Utilizing Utilizing strong communication skill is include persuasive language, active listening, and empathy can help in conveying ideas, understanding concern, and ultimately reaching agreements. And the last is developing win solutions. Successful negotiation seeks to create a mutually beneficial outcomes for all parties involved by focusing on wins. And that's all, miss. Thank you.